Hi everybody, welcome to St. Vincent College and to the Steelers Nation Night Weekly Huddle presented by Hyundai. I'm Missy Matthews, honored to be joined by two special guests today, Chris Boswell, aka Greg Warren, and Jordan Berry. Appropriate, I like it, that's a nice touch.
Oh yeah.
Alright, we have tons of questions today, so we're going to jump right in. The first one, guys, is from Chris. He wants to know, how many footballs do you think you have kicked over your lifetime?
I don't know, it'd be in hundreds of thousands easily.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've been kicking since I was, 2, 3 years old, so yeah, it's definitely up there quite a lot.
Yeah, you chart warm-up kicks, you chart games, you chart practice, you chart on your own. Yeah, it's
crazy.
It's probably pretty up there, yeah.
Growing up, we'd kick every day at lunch break at school as well, so there's an hour every day growing up to kick at least 20, 30 balls every single day, so yeah.
We'll go with a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Billy wants to know, Boz, this one is for you. Most kids want to be a quarterback or running back. At what age did you commit to kicking?
I was actually kind of pushed into kicking, or into football, really. My dad wanted me to try out for every sport, figure out what I liked, what I didn't like. And I played soccer since I was 3, so, 9th grade, soccer was really all I knew, so kicking just kind of came natural.
All right, Jordan, for you, Mike wants to know, have you ever eaten at Outback Steakhouse?
Yeah, I've definitely been there a few times, so yeah. It's very Australian.
All right, Ed wants to know, Boz, do you have a unique routine that you keep in the game between when you have just a few kicks?
Yeah, it's a lot of staying into the game without overworking yourself, really. If once we get to about, especially with, Ben and AB, especially as soon as we get the ball, I'm already starting to warm up, because you don't know when those two are going to hook up. You don't want to be caught off guard. You don't want to not kick for a while, and then, you're just kind of scrambling at the last minute. So when we're on defense, I kind of take a break, but as soon as, we get the punt return and get on offense and get things going, I just generally start warming up.
Okay. Jordan, this is from SNU member. How popular is the NFL in Australia, and is there a large Steelers following now down under?
The NFL is getting a lot more popular down in Australia. When I first moved over here for college in 2009, we had 5 amateur teams in my state. There weren't really many games on television, if at all. Most of it was on sort of cable, which over there isn't as popular as it is here. Whereas nowadays they're getting, I think 4 or 5 games a week on regular free TV. It is still early in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock to 10 a.m. is when the games sort of start. But yeah, the amateur league in my state, they're up to 15, 16 teams now. It's a really strong competition. There's a lot more interest in American football there.
All right, former Falcon wants to know, is Boz making regular use of the earplugs that Barry supplied for him? They must have watched your dorm room life package.
No, we got a pretty good fan, so as soon as he goes to sleep, I just crank it all the way up. It kind of drowns everything out.
Sounds like a motorboat engine fan. It's very loud.
It does its job.
Okay, Go Black and Gold says, we always see James Harrison working out like a madman for his position. What do kickers and punters need to do in terms of workout to create the lean, quick muscle needed for your job?
Kicking and punting is, you want to do a certain weight, but you want to see, it's basically like conditioning a muscle. Because we don't just kick one time a game. We kick hundreds of times, whether it's pre-game, whether it's, right before the game, warming up on the side. So we basically, it's kind of like conditioning workouts type, because it has to be like, how explosive and how hard can you swing your leg, and how many times can you do it again for it to actually, contribute to what we do on the field.
Yeah, definitely just a lot more sort of power activities rather than straight strength. I'm not a very strong guy, but yeah, trying to get everything moving fast and a lot of stretching, sort of Pilates, yoga, all that sort of deal as well.
Okay. All right, this is from Kelly Steelers 559. Jordan Berry, why do they make you so fat and maddened every year? Because you're not in real life.
I've got no idea, but it is pretty funny. If you go on the game, I'm bigger than all the linemen, so I'm more than happy for that. It doesn't bother me at all.
Okay, Lamont Clark says, have you guys pulled any pranks this year while at training camp?
No, our prank guy was D. Will, and we like going after him quite a bit, so it's kind of died down prank-wise a little bit. We still have our fun with some of the guys on the team, but it's nothing viral yet.
Yeah, haven't really. been able to think of any good ideas this year. Obviously last year with D-Will with the happy birthday thing made it pretty easy, just wrapping all this stuff up in birthday presents or filling his room with balloons. But yeah, this year we've been a bit stuck for good ideas on that level.
All right, there's still time.
Yeah, we've still got a couple
Okay,
of
work on that. Get back to us. All right, Rita wants to know for both of you, is there anything you would like Steelers Nation to know about you outside of football?
We're both big video game nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as big as what I used to be, but still play a bit.
Yeah, none really too much.
Okay. 36 Steel 31 says, Boz, what is the longest field goal you have tried in practice?
Like in a team setting or by myself? By myself, probably 75, 76, somewhere along those lines. In the team setting, I mean, no one's really going back too crazy far, so anywhere around 60. Or something like that.
All right, Big Tasman wants to know, Jordan, what is a typical day at practice like for you?
For practice for us, so on a day that we're doing a team punt session, usually we'll come out, do the warm-up with the rest of the team, and then usually we'll have about 35 to 50 minutes for me to warm up. So, make sure that my body's nice and warm with the team stretch. Then after that, I'll usually do some of my own activities that get the muscles warmed up the way that I like them. Then I'll usually kick probably 10 balls off one step, just sort of getting my drop right, making sure my toes pointed and my hips and plant leg are all nice and stable and doing what I want them to do. And then, I'll usually move on, hit maybe 20 or so balls with the snappers, get myself ready to go, and then we'll hit up the team period after that, where usually we'll kick anywhere between 10 and 20 balls with the whole unit, just getting that rush coming at you, because you can't really replicate that any other way. Right. And then once we get done with that, we'll usually pick on something that we want to work on for the day. So, because obviously once you get in the season, you don't want to kick too many balls. You're using a lot of minor muscles that can get tired easy. So, depending on what week it is, we'll kick 10 to 30 more balls, just picking on something specific, whether it's kicking right, kicking left, doing short end over end kicks or something like that. So, nothing too crazy, but just getting the work we need. And then after that, you can do some other drills where work on our ball drop or the steps, or sometimes we'll work with the snappers, especially now we've got two young guys at long snapper that, making sure that they're right, getting their protections and helping them out.
Okay. We want to quickly let you know, we'll get back to your questions. The keyword for today is an easy one. It is kick. So after this, you can head to SteelersNationUnite.com, enter the keyword kick to earn your yards for participating today. All right, this is a new thing that's been happening in the Weekly Huddle. Fans are sending in rapid fire questions. So who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay. All right, Boz. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl for sure.
Wind in your face or at your back?
I like in my face.
Day games or night games?
Night.
Steak or fish?
Steak.
Foster's or Iron City?
What is that?
Beer.
I'm not a big beer guy.
Okay, we'll say neither. Renegade or We Are the Champions?
Renegade.
Okay, you're up. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Early bird or night owl?
I'm an early bird.
Okay, wind in your face or at your back?
I'll get in the face as well.
Day games or night games?
Day for me.
Steak or fish?
Steak.
Foster's or Iron City?
Yeah, neither. Yeah. Foster's ain't no good.
Okay. Renegade or We Are the Champions?
Yeah, I'll say Renegade as well.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll get to another question here. All right, here's a good one for both of you. Rudy Glove wants to know, what is your favorite meal to eat before a game?
We usually eat the same thing before a game. I like to go kind of lighter, so grilled chicken, veggies, a little whole grain of some sort, some fruit. And then we got our own tradition of before a game, Jordan will bring in some Jimmy John's and we'll just eat that. 'Cause, I mean, if we play at 1, we eat at 9 o'clock, so the next time we eat is not till 5, 6 o'clock. So we kind of get a little sandwich before the game, just kind of so you're not starving or lose energy mid-game.
Usually I take some trail mix as well, chuck that in the kicking bag and hide that away from everyone else. So if you got the hand warmer, put a few bars in there, a few little snacks. So.
Good to know.
Yeah.
No one else has caught on to that?
A few guys have. You just kind of throw them something real quick, and then they usually keep it quiet so that you can look after them again the next week.
Okay, this next question is from Jamie B22. If either of you could play a different position on offense or defense, what would it be and why?
If I could throw a ball, I'd like to play quarterback, but I can't throw it 7 lots. So, I played a bit of receiver when I was when I first looked at coming over here to play college. I wanted to make sure I liked the sport first, so I found one of those club teams in Australia. I played receiver for a while, and had pretty good success of that, and enjoy that. Just sort of run around trying to get the ball and beat someone else with feet. Yeah, 'cause I'm not too strong, so I don't think I'd be able to do too well at anything else.
Yeah, I grew up playing baseball, pitching, so probably quarterback.
Okay. All right, Steelers 51 Granny wants to know, what is your favorite part of training camp?
Just getting to hang out. It's a pretty nice little environment here. So yeah, just being around the guys all the time. That's probably the best bit, but it can get pretty tiring after a while. But yeah,
It's nice not to have to drive anywhere, sit in traffic. You just wake up, roll out of bed, really walk or take the golf carts where you need to be. And,
Or a bike?
yeah, or a bike.
Yeah, I ride my bike everywhere for those that don't know.
All right, our next question is from Stefan in New Jersey. Which of you two is the neat freak in the dorm?
Definitely me.
Yeah, I get pretty messy in the dorm. Yeah.
There's just not a lot of space, so it's hard to find places for everything to go. So just kind of watch after yourself, really.
Okay. All right, last question. You both can answer this one. It is from Kat. What is your favorite thing about Pittsburgh?
Honestly, I love how sports-oriented this entire city is, whether it's people going to hockey games, going to baseball games, football games. I mean, no matter where you go, what you do, you always see Pittsburgh, some kind of sport shirt on, hat, flags, anything. It's just good to play for a city who cares so much and expects so much.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the same line. Coming from Melbourne, they like to call themselves the sporting capital of the world, but it's just something sport-wise every weekend, and then being able to come to Pittsburgh where it's a similar environment, it makes me sort of real comfortable being around. You just got stuff to do all the time, which is great.
All right, well, we thank you guys both so much for your time. Thanks to all the fans for all the great questions. Sorry we could only get to so many, but we really appreciate you putting them in. Do not forget, the keyword today is kick, so make sure you enter that on SteelersNationUnite.com to earn your yards. So we'll let you guys get back to it.
R.I.P. Grandpa Greg.
We miss you, Greg. Maybe he's watching.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, thanks so much for joining us today on the Weekly Huddle presented by Hyundai.